They said I couldn't get the rights to Earthworm Jim. They said I could not make hardbound comics in the USA. They said I couldn't do leather.
They said I was crazy. Well, maybe now they won't think I'm so crazy after all.
I want this to be a book where it's like going through my art pages.
But I was sitting in another world.
The Nutcrackers' War has left the inhabitants of Planet Christmas hopeless and desperate for heroes. Dozens of provinces and villages have been taken over by General Almond and his evil soldiers who aim to rule the planet and capture all the Christmas spirit that's left. But out of nowhere, a new hope has arisen. Our young hero Garrett is on a quest to find Father Christmas, who he believes is the only man that might have the power to dismantle the war completely. Garrett and a leader of the small but mighty Christmasville militia could be the only chance the planet has at returning to its jolly old self. But several questions remain. Where's Father Christmas, and why has he not stopped the war already? Who is Jack Frost, and what dark partnership did he have with General Almond? And what evil lurks behind the drawbridge of Castle Wenceslas? Raphael Sam will once again be the interior artist of this second issue. I, Ryan Hawk, will continue to write the story, and Tom Barton, our great cover artist, will draft the 5-page backup story, The Tragedy of Jack Frost, as well as drawing the variant and main cover of the second issue. Bric-a-Brac is back and better than ever. Please help us make this a reality.
Hey everybody, we're finally launching Death Street issue 2. I'm very excited for that. We've upped the story, more story pages, bigger, bolder action. Some really cool creators joining us, like Miss Sashi doing awesome back cover for us. Now, Pickles also really improved the story. We kind of gel together more on issue 2. So I'm really excited to show you all. Let's get into it.
Hi everyone, it's the writer and co-creator of Estra here, Dylan. I want to welcome you all to our second campaign for issue 2. Well, it's the first campaign for issue 2, but I want to say that this takes place directly after issue 1. So if you've not read issue 1, we will be offering a tier where you can get that. Issue 2, Damon's going to be fighting an extra dimensional monster, basically. He's going to have a hard time with this. We really were blown away by how much you guys liked Vodnik, our short story Ashcan. So we're going to be doing another Ashcan called The Eye of Moltstein. We're really excited about this one because our character's going to be fighting a giant, and I hope you love it as much as we do. I think you are all going to love it.
So thank you all for joining us, and please do back the campaign, and most importantly, guys, share, because word of the mouth is just makes these campaigns, and it's something that will make or break our campaign. And you've been so good to us for the first issue, and we're hoping to get even better on the second one. Thank you so much, and have a good day.
This message, it's not for you. It's for the king who lives in you. This is not a message for humans. Humans are trying to figure out a way to save themselves. The king freely gives himself to be the savior. You know what? If you go to Obadiah, it says, "And save yours. Deliverers shall come from Mount Zion." It speaks of many, not one. And as a matter of fact, all creation, come on, somebody. All of creation is waiting for one event. They're not waiting for anybody to come down on the cloud. They're waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. What's going on? Maybe your denomination is waiting for something, but your cat, your dog, and your plants at home, they're waiting to see the real thing. Out of creation, we are the only ones who happen to not know what God's plan is. He said it, if a seed abides alone, it gains nothing. But if a seed is buried in the ground and dies, it comes up and it produces many. It's like a virus I can't describe. Come on now. We got farmers in here. You take a piece of corn, you stick that in the ground, let that thing come up. First the blade, then the ear, then the full head in the ear. And when you open inside, you done put one in the ground. But when you open inside, there's rows upon rows upon rows of the identical seed that you place in the ground. The harvest is not for people who believe in Jesus. The harvest is for the seed that has matured into Jesus. Come on. Said what you see ain't what you get.
They said I couldn't get the rights to Earthworm Jim. They said I could not make hardbound comics in the USA. They said I couldn't do leather.
They said I was crazy. Well, maybe now they won't think I'm so crazy after all.
I want this to be a book where it's like going through my art pages.
But now we're sitting in another world.
The Nutcrackers' War has left the inhabitants of Planet Christmas hopeless and desperate for heroes. Dozens of provinces and villages have been taken over by General Almond and his evil soldiers who aim to rule the planet and capture all the Christmas spirit that's left. But out of nowhere, a new hope has arisen. Our young hero Garrett is on a quest to find Father Christmas, who he believes is the only man that might have the power to dismantle the war completely. Garrett and a leader of the small but mighty Christmasville militia could be the only chance the planet has at returning to its jolly old self. But several questions remain. Where's Father Christmas, and why has he not stopped the war already? Who is Jack Frost, and what dark partnership did he have with General Almond? And what evil lurks behind the drawbridge of Castle Wenceslas? Raphael Sam will once again be the interior artist of this second issue. I, Ryan Hawk, will continue to write the story, and Tom Barton, our great cover artist, will draft the 5-page backup story, The Tragedy of Jack Frost, as well as drawing the variant and main cover of the second issue. Bric-a-Brac is back and better than ever. Please help us make this a reality.
Hey everybody, we're finally launching Destiny Issue 2. I'm very excited for that. We've upped the story, more story pages, bigger, bolder action. Some really cool creators joining us, like Miss Sashi doing awesome back cover for us. Now, Pickles also really improved the story. We gonna gel together more on Issue 2. So I'm really excited to show you all. Let's get into it.
Hi everyone, it's the writer and co-creator of Esther here, Dylan. I want to welcome you all to our second campaign for issue 2. Well, it's the first campaign for issue 2, but I want to say that this takes place directly after issue 1. So if you've not read issue 1, we will be offering a tier where you can get that. Issue 2 Damon's going to be fighting an extra dimensional monster, basically. He's going to have a hard time with this. We also we really were blown away by how much you guys liked Vodnik, our short story Ashcan. So we're going to be doing another Ashcan called The Eye of Moltstein. We're really excited about this one because our character's going to be fighting a giant, and I hope you love it as much as we do. I think you are going to love it.
So thank you all for joining us, and please do back the campaign, and most importantly, guys, share, because word of the mouth is just makes these campaigns, and it's something that will make or break our campaign. And you've been so good to us for the first issue, and we're hoping to get even better on the second one. Thank you so much, and have a good day.
This message, it's not for you. It's for the king who lives in you. This is not a message for humans. Humans are trying to figure out a way to save themselves. The king freely gives himself to be the savior. You know what? If you go to Obadiah, it says, "And save yours. Deliverers shall come from Mount Zion." It speaks of many, not one. And as a matter of fact, all creation, come on, somebody. All of creation is waiting for one event. They're not waiting for anybody to come down on the cloud. They're waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. What's going on? Maybe your denomination is waiting for something, but your cat, your dog, and your plants at home, they're waiting to see the real thing. Out of creation, we are the only ones who happen to not know what God's plan is. He said it, if the seed abides alone, it gains nothing. But if the seed is buried in the ground and dies, it comes up and it produces many. Come on now. We got farmers in here. You take a piece of corn, you stick that in the ground, let that thing come up. First the blade, then the ear, then the full head in the ear. And when you open inside, you done put one in the ground. But when you open inside, there's rows upon rows upon rows of the identical seed that you placed in the ground. The harvest is not for people who believe in Jesus. The harvest is for the seed that has matured into Jesus. Come on. What you see and what you get.
I figure we got to let it finish.
Yeah.
See, you're still listening to it. I'm already done. It's weird how it doesn't sound as clean over it.
It's coming
Hi.
through with Facebook too.
How
And
are you?
Twitter. I'm good. How are you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm a B. Yeah.
You're
So,
a B, huh?
not much to report on the comic book end of life.
That's okay.
I've done a lot of work that I'm probably going to be dropping, just because I want better, and I'm just working harder at it. And have a 3-day weekend coming up, so I'm hoping something will pop.
Maybe that'll give you the fresh air. I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm disturbed by a lot of things right now. And, I have a story in the works. Diane is well aware of it. But I'm just not feeling it right now. And I think it's because I'm so anxious about the country and about the status of what's happening to the people of our country.
Right.
And it really is distracting. And every time I try to draw it, it's very angry stuff. And I don't know. I'm in a little bit of a spiritual funk. I have to go back and watch some Messiah chips, because just watching that one clip brought some peace to me. For those who don't know, I'm a devout believer in Yahshua / Jesus / God. And if you want to know exactly what I believe, I'm always willing to talk about it. But I always recommend everybody check out Rabbi Peter, because his stuff is mind-blowing and opened my world up. Very glad about that. I'm very thankful for it. And that clip did help cheer me up a little, because when I was coming in tonight, I was ready just to rip America a new butthole. Still kind of am.
I know.
You know what's occurred to me?
What's that?
The politicians, we knew they were liars. We knew that they exaggerate and they twist and they do all. But these people, these politicians claiming that they were fearful for their lives, they're pussies and they shouldn't be in office. There, I said it. They shouldn't be. They were behind a wall of CIA, FBI, Homeland Security agents, cops, and they were worried about a bunch of old people marching into the Capitol building. It's a theater of exaggeration now, and I should appreciate that, being a comic book creator, but I don't. Because comic books are all about exaggeration, it's about telling a story flamboyantly with dynamics and stuff. But they did the whole thing was piss poor, from the people who did the protest to the people calling it an insurrection to the security. Like, that was shameful. That wasn't of American quality in any level, I don't know.
You're talking to me, right? And
yeah, well, I'm trying to light a fire and nobody else is here, which is normal. We haven't been doing very well with this. So while we hit that point of view, let's say this. In 2021, we do intend on expanding and growing and coming up with better material, so to speak, better content. And that includes with our stuff. Hi, Jess. I see you in the chat. Let's see. It's not popping up in my StreamYard comments, but I have the Facebook one on the side.
Yeah, me too.
Hi, sister.
Hey, Jess.
Thank you for the thought there. That was nice. I just thought about Jess and it made me happy. But we are going to be working towards more premium content. Maybe I'll go ahead and show you guys. Let me see if I can pull this up for you.
Okay.
I'll show you what I've been doing, and it's not that it looks bad or that it's written poorly or anything. It's coming along nicely. It's just I'm feeling very distracted lately with everything else.
Well, you also have your head up in the whole political arena at this point in time, which I get. You can't really help it because seems to be the topic on everybody's lips these days.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just it. I believe that we are facing some heavy duty bad times.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Hi, Gotham Knight, kind of here, sort of. If you want to join in, I can send you the StreamYard link. That goes for anybody, by the way. In fact, let's just be liberal here with that. Let me do this first. I'm going to copy the link and paste it right into the chat so that anybody out there who wants to join will have no excuse. It's right there.
Right.
And if you don't want to, that's no big deal, but we're sharing it nonetheless. So let me share this screen. If I can get it on. Here we go. So this is the first page I did, I don't know, about 4 days ago. Actually, to take it back even further, I did a page before this that I rejected after seeing it for a few days. And as you can see, there's a little pursuit going on, but the intent is to make it look like there's a kid being chased, but really the kid is leading them somewhere. Here you see in the background up here, there's a cave, and the Indians know this is not very good, but that's where the little kid lost his little brother in. Here you see the brothers kind of squaring off eye to eye, and then ultimately deciding to help the little kid, but they're going to send him away first because they don't want him to go into the cave. And here you see a little bit more of that. The last page I just started putting in today. And yeah, that's where it stands right now. The problem is I feel completely uninspired. I want to rage. I want to do a comic that just expresses my frustration right now.
Why don't you?
Well, I'm going to, I think. Like I
Why
said
don't
today,
you table this idea and do something
that's passionate. Yes, that's what's happening. Because I can't
Gotham Knight. Oh, that's funny.
I can't pretend, you know what I mean?
Well, maybe
Hey,
that's
that's
what
cool,
you have
bro.
to draw. Maybe that's what you should do. That's what you're passionate about right at the moment. And whether you publish it, we publish it or not, maybe you need to just kind of purge it through your
But we
art
do
and
still
comic.
have Hero Shack number 3 in Search of Heroes to publish. That was the comic we gave away to anybody who signed up on Christmas Eve, and then we
This is
extended
true.
it through I don't know, January something or other. But that needs to get put on paper because I want a copy of it. So I'm going to put it in on demand I'm
going to do an Indiegogo.
What's that?
I'm going to do an Indiegogo on it.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be good. I mean, it's a little out of season, but it's still a comic. It's still fun.
Yeah.
And you might as well try Indiegogo. Indiegogo seems pretty easy to get funding on. And maybe I'm just being a little naive, but it seems like a lot of people do very well there. So we could try it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do enjoy the crowdfunding. It's just, man, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. If I was it's still into my guitar playing, I'd be pouring out some rather heavy thrash metal right now. That's where my rage is right now, and my rage level. And I'm not a violent person, but I can draw violence. Like that was something that I always have been able to do. And I'm hesitant, because this could be a really nasty comic. But one of the things we're going to do in 2021 is not be so kid oriented anymore. It's not that I don't love children. It's that parents don't buy comics for their kids, quite frankly. Diana, or Jess, yes, we are in the same house.
I was
Diana's
typing it, and I just forgot that I could actually tell her voice-wise.
Yes, Diana's downstairs in her office, and I'm outside because she kicked me out of the house.
You are
and
not
you can
outside.
see the woods behind me. No, I'm in my office.
I can't do that.
And see, actually, I have a green screen going, so
yeah,
I can do cool things that Diana can't do.
Yeah,
you could do a green screen if you had one, though, couldn't you?
I can't do it on StreamYard.
What's that, babe?
I can't do it on StreamYard.
I think you can.
There,
I'll change it to that one, so I'm not exactly the same as the main chat background.
Yeah, you're just in the woods. You're trying to tell everybody you're in the woods.
We used to do the show side by side, but Diana decided that my flatulence was not appropriate, and she removed herself.
No, I didn't like his office. It was always messy. Not that mine's
Yeah.
any better. And then we just decided that because Diana has homework to do,
Yeah, she's a college kid now.
so I
Which
do
is
a little
something
bit of
else.
my
I need you guys to help me convince her to get into publishing and drop this whole. I don't know what she's trying to study for. I think she's been studying
psychology.
religion lately, so it's really kind of
No,
weird.
I'm getting my bachelor's in psychology is what I'm working towards.
Oh,
I
joy!
got about a year and a half left.
In other words, she's learning more strategies to use against me.
There you go.
If I'm not careful, she's going to make me a productive human being.
Oh God, help us! How could we do that? You're so bad, Chris.
I'm teasing.
But I'm also, yes, I am going to school, but I'm also in the process of writing a children's book.
Yes. Are you still following the general plot that I helped
Somewhat.
co-write?
Yes, somewhat.
Yes,
I am.
somewhat.
Yeah, I am.
Are you taking out the magic?
No. I'm gonna work. I have some ideas, but I haven't fleshed them out yet, so I don't really want to talk too much about it. But
Well, let me say this so people listening will know. I came up with a really generalized plot that had a key pivot point where there was a magic thing involved. And Diana kept gnawing on that, going, yeah, but I don't really want it to be like that. I want it to be like this. So we're co-writing this. So I gave her the general launch pad, and now I'm watching what she does with it. So whenever I ask about the magic, at some point we'll reveal what the magic really is.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have the main idea of the book. Chris sort of sparked that. I'm in the process of developing my main character. And so I have some ideas, but I'm not really ready to discuss it.
And you don't have to.
Yeah. But
I'm just encouraging you to continue, and it's great that you mentioned it.
Yep. So yeah, I definitely, it is in the works, and
is it too early to say that I hope that Krista draws it?
Well, you can hope, you can say that, but I haven't asked her. She wants to see the script before she's
right. So we have a daughter who's very, very, very artistically talented.
Yeah.
And we have long wanted to publish her.
Well, she went to school to be an illustrator. So yeah.
What's that, babe?
She did go to school. She has a degree in illustration. Yep. So.
But I mean, we've even dragged her out to comic conventions and tried to get her fired up for it. But this is a child's book, and we're picturing like drawings with, short text and something that you would read to a child. Obviously, if Krista doesn't draw it, I'll step in and put it together. But I would
you
much
don't want
rather...
my little stick figures?
What's that, babe?
You don't want me to do my little stick figures?
You could for initial layout, but they would have to be finished and made to look better. We know from talking to Skinny, Matthew, the creator of Otis Stein, that he likes to actually draw thumbnails. He literally draws what he's thinking about when he writes,
right,
and gives it to the artist, which is, it's kind of a nice cheat, like, so if you drew out a concept for each page, even if it's in stick figure, you're going to help whoever is drawing that.
And I probably, exactly. And I probably will, like right now. So Jess, I've always wanted to write. I have a half a dozen articles that have never been published because I was too afraid to put them anywhere. I've written a lot of things about God in my past.
You did write about, I was going to say on Happy Jesus Day, you wrote quite a bit.
I had my own little
blog.
I had a blog at one point many years ago.
What was it called? Me and Him or In Him or?
I forget. Oh my God, I completely forget.
You had a nice name for it.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyways, I've always wanted to write, and my life just never, the way it unfolded has never really given me the opportunity, and Chris has been pushing me to write. So I am going to attempt to put together a children's book. I have some ideas. We'll see how it goes. I'm not promising anything except that I am in the process of putting it all together. So
I'm the one promising.
Chris is doing all that, but I am excited about it. I hope it goes good too, Jess. I will keep you guys posted as it comes along. I'm going to hopefully get something firmed up by next week.
Well, we have spent 2 years learning how to create stuff.
Well,
We've
refine
done,
it.
we've
We've
done
always
like
been.
11 books, I think now,
Hmm.
individual books. And a child's book just makes sense, especially since your career is so tied to children,
Right.
as is
Well,
mine. But
yeah.
more so, I'm more artistic. I can write, but like I don't think
Yeah,
like
of course
you
you
do.
can.
Like to
Huh?
give everybody an example, when I first started discussing one of the child comic book ideas I had, it involved superhero kids in school. And my first thought for a first issue would be like, a shooter comes in to kill everybody, and the superheroes jump out and beat them up and win. And Diana was like, no, that's not good for kids. You can't. And she was right, but still, my action-oriented mind isn't always young child, eight and under. Sometimes I go too far, where Diana's mind keeps everything simple. Like her idea was to have superheroes could, use special, maybe they were extremely talented in math, or maybe they have the ability to remember highly, intelligent words that they could emote with. Like Diana has that kind of mindset where I'm like, yeah, and maybe the kid can like light fires with his eyes. And she's like, no. So she helps me balance. But at this point, there's no reason she can't write a kid's book and I can't be doing a more mature comic.
Right.
The truth is, most of the people who bought my comic were over the age of 20, even over the age of 30.
Mhm.
As far as I know, there was only one child that the book was purchased for.
Right.
And he contacted me. He's a friend. I can say that about a kid. He's a friend. He contacted me and thanked me for making it and stuff. But it's not like the kids have been the raging force. So what we have
Mhm.
is we have a comic book that we were trying to make for kids with some characters that are endearing. We know who works. We know who doesn't.
Yeah.
In fact, I will say it, Cyclopean is not dead. He will return. Because I don't think I'll be drawing him for a little bit. I've done him for 2 years. I think I'm going to let him sit on the back burner
Mhm.
and build a story up where I can bring him in. Because I've done 2 years of him, and I've redefined him both times.
Right.
Which is funny because Cyclopean was always like that as a kid too. He was a bad guy.
Mhm.
We're always
Mhm.
shifting him around.
But I think he is going to be one of our main characters. I mean,
Absolutely, yeah.
we've gotten a lot of really good feedback on him.
Well,
The
yeah,
look.
and a lot of people think he should be the mascot of Hero Shack
Oh,
Press,
really?
and
Really?
I can see that happening.
Maybe.
It's kind of weird because the one-eyed god Ra is referenced by a lot of people with the one-eye thing,
Mhm.
and he was never meant to be that. But I can see how that comes up. But on
Really?
the other hand, I'm looking at it like Jesus knows my heart. And that's not what this is about. The one-eyed guy is more about being awkward in society, unable to fit in, and still trying, to have a semblance of.
And having a disability.
Yes, well, he does have the disability, and that's part of the story because it kind of shows like you can have great power and still have extreme vulnerabilities.
Absolutely.
The greatest
That's
part
a,
about him is
well, I
like,
like the contrast of that, of what you just said too.
right.
Being able to have great power but still be vulnerable.
Yep.
And I think
Well, that's important. I mean,
Mhm.
look at what they had to do to make Superman vulnerable. And,
Yeah.
basically what they had to do was either get a shiny
Mhm.
green rock from Krypton or hurt his mama or his girlfriend. That was what it boiled down to. Anything else you could pretty much get away with Superman. But if
Right.
you had, Kryptonite would take him down. And if you threatened his mother or his girlfriend, that was it. He was a wuss. Well, not really a wuss. I mean like that. He was a mama's boy, and he was definitely in love. Let's put it that way. Right? I mean,
You're so funny.
well, I don't want to say like. So with Superman, I think that Lois was probably his one and only lover. So there's a little bit of that going on, that romantic sized. And if you're a guy who can do anything, like the movie is funny. She'll drop from a building and they don't tell you where he is in the world, but all of a sudden, from previous scenes, like he'll hear her from 1,000 miles away and fly at light speed to save her. It's like, yeah, he's a little whipped. He's a little whipped. This is a lame stream, isn't it?
No, why?
You guys know how to liven this up? Because I don't.
Why is it lame?
I don't know, because there aren't a lot of people here.
Well, you're talking about your character. It's not lame. You're
I guess
so silly.
that's my insecurity. I
Well,
do
you're just-
deal with insecurity.
Lang was his crush before Lois.
Oh, I
often
forgot
says.
about that. I
Thank
did
you,
forget about her.
Gotham.
But did they
I
bang,
know.
or was it just a lang? Sorry, that was disgusting.
Back when he was in school growing up. I don't know any of that. I don't know him that well.
He's right. I forgot about that.
See? There you go. You asked for the conversation to be livened up, and look who is here, Gotham Knight, to save the day.
Yeah,
to
well,
liven up the
that's always
stream
the
with
case.
a little bit of comic
Everybody's
book
ass
stuff.
out of the fire when Superman can't.
Oh God, Chris, I don't know. I don't know.
So we've got to focus. We've got to move on. The world is going to hell in a handbasket, and we have the talent to entertain it while it burns. So we have to find a way to entertain and not lose our minds.
You don't put me in all this, by the way. This is all like, I'm here to support you 110%, but I'm not losing my mind because I don't watch all that nonsense. I watch HGTV instead and pretend I'm going to fix my entire house. That's what I do. I don't watch the news. Is that awful?
Well, actually, neither do I anymore. But what happens is I get clips, I get pieces on Twitter. I see.
You do. I was going to say, what do you mean? You do the whole Twitter thing, honey.
Well, it's not like it used to be. There used to be a time where I would sit down during a national event, like a insurrection, and I would have been glued there all day long, all night long. Diana would have had to deal with blow-by-blow accounts. But at this point, I'm like, it's not an insurrection, man. Hey, Jace, what's up?
Gotham, I agree. Did you see what Gotham wrote?
Let me check. I was responding to Jason. I'm sending StreamYards through the Facebook, even though I don't know if he's going to join. Oh, wait a minute. This one? Then at times, stories kind of make it look like Wonder Woman might. That one?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Well, Wonder Woman, I think she's a lot more promiscuous than DC has let on. For a good right. She's a woman that deserves respect, but I think she's not as Snow White-ish as we might think.
I never thought she was.
Well, a lot of people do, though. She's seen more or less like, by some people, I know she's seen as like Snow White with the magic lasso that makes boys tell the truth, you know? It's like...
That's funny.
You know what was funny? That I just want to say I did laugh when they had Aquaman sit down on the lasso by accident, and he starts talking to the Justice League and explaining how crazy it is and how they're all going to die, and he's like going off into this whole like truth serum thing until he realizes that he's sitting on the lasso. It was great. I don't know. You had to be there, maybe.
I was going to say I don't remember that, but okay.
Well, I have watched Justice League, I think 4 times since we got HBO Max.
You have?
That's about what I do to see if a movie is really bad. And Justice League has some really low points, but it's not terminally bad. Like, I can watch it to waste away an afternoon. You know,
right.
It's not pure entertainment, but it's like, okay, I'll watch Superman with the funny lip go. By the way, welcome, Gotham Knight.
Hey.
How are you, bro?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, I guess. I was a little depressed before we came in, and then I caught a video that I like, which was funny. Jace, you are more than welcome not to come, but you're welcome to come too. We're just chatting away. I'm trying to talk comics. I'm a little frustrated with the world right now, so
yeah, I get it.
Coming out with a reactionary comic, I guess you could call it. I don't know. Should I do something political, honey?
When do you not do something political?
No, I mean comic book wise. I've never done a political comic.
You could. That would be like kind of funny, actually.
Well, it would have to be done in a more humorous Joe Stanton kind of style.
Well,
hey, Mary Kay, or rather Kay, I'm reading her name. Kay says no. Hey, I will take your advice. I'm looking for any input. And Kay says no. But
Well,
she might have a point because a political comic, if it's slanted, like right now, if it was slanted to the right, it could be suicide.
Oh, Chris. Why don't you just write like you were talking about to purge, like to get all this out of your system, if that's possible? I don't think it is, but
I have a never-ending flow of the heart of creativity.
of craziness.
I know what
exactly.
you mean, though. I was almost suggesting, since Tim Lim did the Walmart and that, I was gonna tell him, you could always come up with another villain, which would be, I don't know what the first name would be, but the last name would be Sucka Turd, and that would be close to who that owns Facebook, because that's my new name for Sucka Bird is Sucka Turd. I know that's kind of mean, but
That's crazy.
So I know that you guys can't see the Facebook chat, but Kay brings up a good point. If I was to do something political now, people would come at me, and really I could do it from either angle. And she's right; it's so polarizing right now that if you do something right wing, the left is going to come at you. If you do something left wing, the right's going to come at you.
Yeah,
very.
It's not, but you're trying to get away from it. So
yeah,
why don't you?
You know what? I think I really have to do like I was saying. I'm thinking about doing a one shot where a normal human being does something exceptional to save another human being, whether that's saving somebody from a murder or somebody from a drunk driver or whatever it is. Because what I really want to do is draw some dynamic angles with characters that I don't have to be so focused on.
I think that's what it is. You need to do something that you feel very strongly about, and that it's just easy for you to do at this moment in time, because you're not ready to write that other story. I don't. You're having too much trouble with it.
Is it time to write about the contents of hot dogs?
Absolutely. Now that is the way to go. There's all kinds of hot dogs, honey. You could have it out. You could have at it. You could write about the ham you were eating tonight. About the ham that wasn't domestic
ham. We're going to save buttholes all over America. Buttholes are going to be saved.
There you go. Now you're down to that 5th grade level of comedy. I love it.
See, I guess we are hovering around the child book.
You are. You could make the hot dog a superhero with a little cape and stuff and little arms and legs.
I can't do something cute, honey. I can't.
That would be so fun.
Not right now. I think what I'm going to do, I'll probably do a bloody, save the world kind of thing with some normal guy.
It could be Harry the hot dog.
No, the hot dog is out of your mind. I'm not doing the hot dogs. Although if you wrote that into your child,
not Harry the hot
dog. But if you wrote that into your book, I would have to draw it, wouldn't I? If Krista didn't.
You can't stream your chat, Chase. You got to put it. He's the only one that can chat.
Yeah, unfortunately, the StreamYard chat, you have to be at least in the chat, I think. Can you see the chat, honey?
I can see the chat, but I can't post in it. Like I can see when you. I can see when you
needs to expand that. That's crap.
I think. Well, Gotham, he can do it because he's coming through YouTube.
Right.
Well, yeah. As long as I have YouTube open at the same time, yeah, I can do it.
Okay.
I can
so,
type.
James, did you hear that? As long as you have YouTube open, or you're through YouTube, you can.
Yeah, if you're watching through YouTube, you can stream, you can chat in it. If you're in Facebook, it doesn't come over the same way. Facebook is.
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah. The only thing I have to do is make sure the mic thing's off on YouTube, so then you don't get feedback.
Yep. Well, I've been extremely lucky. I mean, this thing, I'm running it on a microphone in front of my iMac, and I don't seem to have any feedback. But, I don't have headphones on, so I'm like surprised it works. At some point, I'll probably do it, but she has all of my good headphones downstairs, and I'm really lazy.
I'm surprised Lorenzo's not around.
I am surprised too. But
there
are a ton of streams happening. There's probably something more entertaining, and I get that. We've got, as far as a group goes, as far as Hero Shack goes, me and Diana, we've got to come up with some more compelling content. That's the bottom line. And that's okay. You know, we have to basically lift our game. But with streaming, we're not going to, she will not allow me to do like a CG drama thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's about the only, sadly, that seems to be the only thing that really gets attention is drama stuff, but you don't really want to get into that because then it just more crap.
Yeah, well, it just limits you. Then you're putting a ceiling right there. You know, you might get some flash in the pan success, but then it fades really quick unless you're a total dick. And who wants to be a total dick? I don't.
There's plenty of them already.
Yeah. Now let's get to the big topics. I'm getting into the weeds of coding and working on pixel art again. When are we starting production on Super Cyclopean's Revenge Turbo X Alpha? Oh, Jace, I'd be willing to do that in a heartbeat. In fact, if we sat down and talked about it, you could probably inspire my next comic about Cyclopean, because I don't yet have a definitive way I want to do it, but I'm going to be reconning him to the point that he'll be a little bit cooler, a little bit more human, but he won't be changing his look, that's for sure. But he's being redefined all the time. He's evolving, and that's going to be cool. In fact, part of that is I have to finish learning American Sign Language. I've only been cheating and watching videos to get the signs, but I really need to know it so that when I go to a convention and I do finally meet someone deaf at the convention, I can converse with them, you know. Not that we're using that as an angle to sell, but it's something that I think would be natural. You know, if you're drawing a deaf superhero, you're probably going to want to learn that so you can know how all those expressions work. It just seems wrong if you don't learn it. It's not like just pretending that someone's saying Japanese in parentheses, you know?
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of that stuff that happens in my books. I use foreign languages, but I don't actually know them. So it's weird. Like I use Japanese in Hero Shack in Search of Heroes 2. And it's real Japanese. I stole from Google Translator. And then I have a friend who's actually married to a Japanese girl, and she checked it, and she could understand it. It wasn't the best Japanese, but it worked. Welcome back, Diana.
Hi, I'm back.
How
I was
are
just
you?
reading I'm good. I was just reading what Jace had written.
Yes.
I like it.
Continued message. Well, I'm at the stage where I'm looking for projects to work on to build experience. So we could totally arrange that. Yeah, I think so too. Basically, I mean, like his power set has been reduced, and it's going to be reduced probably one more step. I'm going to take him from the look I can fly to the look I can jump really high category. Because I think flying without any explanation kind of doesn't feel right, even though Superman does it. Whereas, you know, for example, Iron Man has these really cool boots that give him propulsion. Okay, that's explained. Angel, you know, has wings, or even somebody lame like Firestar from Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. She goes, you know, gets a thermal thing going, and it apparently lifts her up, you know. To just have a character that I just fly because I can. I personally think that's not fitting for Cyclopean. So he's going to be strong, very strong, which allows him to leap high, very high. He'll be able to leap tall buildings, you know, like in a single bound.
Stop.
Me?
Oh my
Well, I'm
God.
giving Jace a power set. He can no longer like fly. He can jump really high. It's like limited flight of Mario when he had the raccoon feather thing.
Oh, it's kind of like an Incredible Hulk. He can
kind of, yeah, but he's not green. And he's not exactly bulletproof either. You know, like I want to make him so he's tough enough to take, similar to Luke Cage, small caliber bullets, no problem. You hit him with a 50 caliber, it's an issue. Nobody needs to get hit with a 50 caliber. And like he's already not with the laser eye anymore. He already dropped a lot of that stuff. So I'll have him be strong, somewhat tough. His eye is exceptional in that he can see a much greater range with more sharpness than we can, detail. But that's about it on his powers. He can't hear. He can feel heavy vibration. But like his greatest weakness is people can sneak up on his ass. Like, that's cool. Like I like having a superhero who doesn't just even Daredevil does it. He senses it. He's got the radar sense. It's like nobody's sneaking up on me. So there's no spider sense for Cyclopean. He's going to get his butt whipped a few times that way. Only because I believe I need to bring him back to Earth a little bit. He started off as a Superman ripoff, ironically enough, as ugly as he was. And he's been appreciated so much that he deserves better, in my opinion.
Wow.
I mean, behind the scenes, I've gotten tons of messages. When I say tons, I mean like dozens. I don't mean hundreds and thousands. But I've gotten dozens of messages about how cool the little character is. And I am excited to do something with my son.
What's a Capcom?
Oh my God, are you kidding?
What's Capcom?
Capcom Street Fighter. Think Street Fighter.
Okay.
They also did Marvel versus Street Fighter, and they've had tons of others. That would be awesome, though. Oh, that would be so cool. So, like, how many characters would you be interested in, Jace? Or do you have your own characters that you just want some added to? Because we could have a lot of fun.
That's good. That would be really cool.
Well, think about Arctic Blast and his abilities, which are basically Iceman without the sliders. Because I've always felt the sliders defied the law of physics. So in the first series of Hero Shack, I made sure it was established that he could only go up on top of ice. He couldn't really bridge out very far because physics would deny that, and he would fall and die. Iceman. Have you ever seen Iceman, honey? Basically, he's drawn like this.
I don't think so.
You
would know if I've seen it.
Well, you've seen him in cartoons, but he basically makes like these infinite ice bridges that you can on.
Okay.
So there's no real support. He's just in kind of like Spider-Man swinging around in cartoons where there's no buildings.
Right.
It's like, what are you gripping?
Who did him? Was it a DC, Marvel, or something totally different?
Marvel.
Okay. No, I don't remember him at all. You've never talked about him, as a matter of fact.
Actually, I have, because Iceman was the gay superhero in the issue.
Oh, yes. You did. You were. Yeah, I remember that now.
Cool, Jace.
Comes back to me now.
So, Jace, you're actually thinking more of like, what would be a good comparison title? You're thinking less Street Fighter and more like Double Dragon, maybe? Heroes in Time, like they're going through a side platformer fighting? Or are you thinking one-on-one fighting matches with
Turtles in Time? That's a good title.
Oh, Turtles in Time was a great game. In fact, I have it on the emulator.
It's a game already?
Oh, yeah.
Yep, it's already been done.
Darn. I'm like, that's a great title. We should use it.
Way back in the 90s.
It's one of the great 16-bit video games. Do you remember when we saw the Turtle arcade game and I said I wanted it?
Yes.
That was based on Turtles in Time.
Okay. Now it's all coming back to me, husband. God, you're killing me.
No.
So, but I think that's so cool, Jace, that you are working on that, and and that is something that maybe could happen in the future.
This because you are still young, my son. Chase those dreams now, because at 50,
It's a little harder.
Myself for letting no. It's not that it's harder. It's always going to be hard, no matter where you are in life, no matter your skill level. You're always going to have struggles making it in a creative field. But I've wasted 30 years easy, where I should have been owning this craft. I should have been publishing. I should be able to say, hi, I'm a 30-year pro, but I gave up and went into graphic arts because someone said, you need to work harder. And I heard, you can't work in comics because nobody was there to help me understand that part. You know,
Right.
when I got a rejection letter, I took it so hard to heart that I was like,
Right.
I'm not good enough and never will be. And a lot of people would say, well, you were just being a pussy. No, I was having an Asperger reaction and said, okay, I'll go into something else. If I don't belong here, I'll find somewhere to belong.
Yeah.
And I Eeyoored my way into a graphic arts career.
Well,
I'm here to make business
the
cards.
thing is, you are here now and
Yes.
you are pursuing it, and it's
Yeah.
not over yet. So don't be all, upset.
I'm not down on
yourself.
myself. I'm actually quite excited, but talking to anybody younger, pursue it now. Don't let things get in your way. Google the Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle, and that's what I'm thinking. All right, let's see. All right, we're gonna do this. Hang on. Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. Capcom Beat Them Up bundle. Okay. Oh, for the Nintendo Switch. Let's open this up and then share the screen. Share screen. We want to share a tab. Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. Share. Okay, so we are looking at. Let's just run this. Oh wait, I can't run it. There won't be any audio for you.
Nice try, Chase. Your dad is not quitting his job either. He talks about it, but he's not going to.
I'm ready to.
Yeah.
I mean, let me put it this way. I would quit my job if I thought I could sustain myself publishing right now. And it's not because I don't appreciate and love my job. It's because I have a passion for what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So here's the trailer for Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. Yeah. Ooh, I want this.
Of course you do.
I think I remember that game.
I think I do too. Final Fight and characters like that. Oh, look at the map. Ah.
That's what it's coming to now?
Now these are old games, honey. They're classics.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Actually, I have many of these games on emulation already. But they don't play on the Switch.
Mm.
These would be a blast as mobile games. Ooh, that was a good game too. Armored Warriors. It was like arcade mech. Honey, can I get it?
No. You don't need it. How much is
You don't
it?
need quarters. If you buy this, you don't have to use quarters.
How much is it?
It's probably, I'm guessing it's, I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
Looks like it said $20.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, if you do all your chores on Saturday.
For my buffet?
Nope, if you do all your chores on Saturday, young man, maybe in 2 weeks.
Okay, Mama.
Honey, if you want it, you can get it.
I know.
That. You're such a dork. Makes
teasing.
it sound like he can't get it. So can I get this? Nope, not having it. Oh,
Still
you're
waiting
funny.
for my glass of water. She told me if I did the show.
So sorry. So sorry. But I think that's really cool. I think you and Jay should definitely do that. And Jace thinks you guys should get them on your Switches so you can play again.
I'm down with that.
Mm-hmm.
Jason and I are seriously talking about quitting our jobs and making something happen.
Yeah. Dee and I will both wring your neck. So no. The
Well,
answer
you
is
both
no.
are saying no. That's troublesome. So I'm thinking, like, what would it take? You know, would it take
It would
a
take
lottery
a
win,
revenue.
revenue?
Yeah,
So
revenue,
if
like
I
money
find
coming
someone
in.
named revenue to work with us, you'll go with it.
If you can somehow do what you want to do with the amount of money that you make in your other job, then the answer is yes. But I have to see it coming in now. You have to show me a month's worth of revenue coming in before you can quit your other job.
What if I got an advance check?
What, you're gonna write it out?
Can I
You're gonna
post
write
date
it
it?
out to yourself?
Can I post date it?
Date it? No.
Honey, look, I'm making
He's so funny.
$100,000 this month.
Because if I said yes, he would totally go online and totally get a fake check and totally like do the whole thing.
What are you
He's so
talking
bad.
about? Where you keep the checks?
Yes, you do. Oh, you're killing me, Christopher. Seriously, dude, you are like.
Yeah, really. Kay points out something important though. It's whether or not it would make money. And it would be great
Right.
if
It's kind of like what I'm saying.
you were doing your thing, but the point is, you really can't just go out and like make stuff without knowing if it's going to sell and hope, you know. Though I must say, the real pioneers, Mavericks in life, did just that. The guys in Apple, they quit their jobs. They lived in a garage. They ate Spam and made computers. I'm sure it wasn't that simple, and I'm sure. But it sounds great, doesn't it? They did make computers out of a garage, you know.
Did they now?
They did, the first Apples.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah,
You
they
are
did.
correct. You are correct in that. I apologize. Let's see. But you can't. So that's not, that's
Can't
not
yet.
what you're not going to do that.
I'm going to say something that's going to disturb everybody.
Of course. What else?
But I believe that God has a better plan for me.
There you go.
Now, I'm not saying it's financial success because it never has been, but it might be. You never know. We could be extremely blessed. I know
We
that
are extremely blessed.
I mean, in terms of launching a business, and the thing is, if it happens, it happens, and God, will be obvious. But right now, right now, I'm still going. God, I'm making comics like I thought you wanted me to, and he's just smiling. I think.
I don't.
We are going to start doing more streams. We did one Monday night. That was the Monday night Angry Rant stream.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing.
You did, yeah, you did.
A God chat, which I might actually call Happy Jesus Day, just in honor of our old website.
Yeah.
Just to identify what we're talking about, because sometimes God chat is so generic that you get people coming in going, oh yeah, I worship Tin Can Man, and you're like, who's Tin Can Man? It's weird, So, and that doesn't mean evangelical Jesus God stuff. It means hybrid, messianic, messed up, scattered all over the place. Please, Rabbi Peter, guide us stuff. You've never met Rabbi Peter, right, Gotham?
No.
Mm-hmm.
So I call him Rabbi Peter, and right away people might kind of back off and say, "Ooh, that's weird." But I should call him by his proper title, Pastor Rabbi Peter.
Jace, how much of an initial investment are you thinking about for this to happen?
$35.
What?
$35, and I will start your business.
Crazy. Oh my God. No.
So let me finish my thought, honey. Rabbi Pastor Peter is a messianic, which means he believes in Jesus, but he uses the how should I say this? The lens of Judah, so to speak, to understand the Messiah. And it's a beautiful thing. Some people get riled up when they hear that. They think that it's some sort of legalism and this and that and the other thing.
Yeah.
I can honestly tell you that Rabbi Peter is less legalistic than any Christian I've ever met. He will tell you the law if you ask about it, but it's not like if you walk in eating a bacon sandwich, he's not going to go, brother, you're eating the pig. If you ask him if it's good to eat pig, he'll tell you, I don't eat pig personally, and this is what the word would say. But he's not gonna. He's not a browbeater. He's not a. I saw you having a pork chop the other day. You can't be in my church.
You didn't go to hell for that.
So in other words, he obeys the laws of Moses, the laws of God, but he doesn't obey them in a way that says you have to obey them too. His big point is just loving people and showing them the heart of Yeshua, which is inside of all believers. The thing about Christianity is we talk about how Jesus lives in us, but we never actually own that. It's almost like Christians kind of act like we're hotels.
Mm-hmm.
And Jesus is just like in the penthouse, like he's my man, he's my boy, he's right here in my heart. Okay, that's great. But eventually you got to let him kind of take the wheel. That was a beautiful song, by the way. Jesus, take the wheel.
Can I just interject here for a moment? Because Jace was actually talking business stuff. And before I end, I want to make sure.
Before you end, it's not even close to end time.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Okay. Jace, I agree with you. What about if you guys came up with your rough draft, rough idea, whatever, and we can put it on like Kickstarter or Indiegogo, and you guys could get some funding through that? What?
So for a project such as this that would be drawn out and require development, I would definitely recommend Indiegogo, as they have.
I would too. That's what I would do.
They have the in-demand feature, which means you can stretch out a campaign as long as you're updating it and advising. And
so I think that you and Jay should.
I want to say though, I've always been against that kind of campaign for comics, but it would make sense for video games, and has made sense for video games. A lot of studios have started that way.
Yep, Chase is right.
Yes.
So I think you guys should. All I was going to say, you can continue just a second, is that you and Jay should really think about being serious about it and doing it.
Okay, business manager, here's a challenge for you. We could interweave this. If he starts a campaign with us to make a video game,
well, that's what it is, Chase. Yeah,
building comics that are released before the video game as co-campaigns. We can create a marketing circle.
There you go. Perfect.
Like let's say we called it Cluster Fudge, my new comic book title, right? That's actually what I'm thinking about. So Cluster Fudge 1 could outline and flesh the ideas for stage 1 of his video game, which we kind of coexist and co-own. That way, if I die, you guys all get whatever I was doing anyways.
Right.
Yep, he's right. I'm reading his comment.
Yes,
my plan would be to develop it, but put a demo and sell the game at a low price. Then if it takes off, the next project will be the revenue.
That's true.
Right. And actually, it goes even beyond that. If the game takes off, you have an IP that you can then market. Like maybe your fans want bobbleheads of it, or maybe they want what do they call those? Not Iggy Pop. I can't remember the name of the dolls with the big heads.
Funko Pop.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, that's what they are. I know has a co in it. I'm like, oh.
But actually, Diana, between the two of you, that's a pretty good idea that we could start converging on. I think we would be most suited working together as a family.
I don't know about that.
And I think we have checks and balances together because, like, we're diverse, not necessarily in skin color, but more in philosophies. That reminds me of when Jace was a kid. So we were foster parents for a long time to many different kids. And there was one boy that we had, his name was Jerron, and he was black. And Jace and him got along so well that Jace was claiming at one time that all his blackness was right here. He had like a freckle. It was fantastic. They were great friends. And we've only seen Jerron once since then. He came to the door once and said hi.
Yeah, that was strange, huh?
Cool. I'm not into Funko either, bro. I just know that's what they call it. Well, I didn't know what they called it. I just know it's that big fat thing. Well, I don't know if it was you, but one of you kids bought me, maybe it was Larissa, bought me a few of those.
Larissa has.
Yeah, it was a couple of times for a couple of Christmases. I got Funko, and I was like, "Hey, thanks." And they're still in the bedroom. That's where we put them, right? They're up on the wooden shelf.
Yeah,
Are you texting?
I am. Somebody texted me.
I can tell
Sorry.
you look like you're texting.
How about? Do I look now like I'm texting? Wait.
And they wonder why you can't drive and text.
I'm trying not to look down. I have to answer this. I apologize. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
It's kind of amazing how hard it is not to look like you're texting when you are texting, you know, because we've all seen it enough that you can recognize all the tells.
Yeah.
So I hope it's important. Is it some, I don't know, maybe marketing company contacting you about the marketing plan?
What's that?
Was that a marketing company?
Where?
They were texting.
Yes. Yes. It was a marketing. I was multitasking. I'm so sorry, but I was paying attention. You guys are great. This is a great stream.
Actually, this has been one of our better streams. We've done quite well
This is
tonight.
a good
talking.
stream.
I feel a little better. I came in here mega depressed, and I'm not so bad now.
See, Jace has got such a good. He is definitely your kid. He's got such a nice artistic, like eye to him. Like, look at the comments he's making. I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
It's good, and he actually knows the market. He knows
Yes.
about all this stuff. I don't. I'm just the wife.
Well, and I'm going to be honest. I'm really kind of getting old.
Yeah.
I'm over 50 now. I'm like, that's what
I
I'm saying.
know.
I feel like I'm arriving to party really late. That doesn't mean I can't break in.
Honey,
and
you
date.
don't even go to half the parties.
That's
the
the problem. I don't go to parties.
You don't. He hates them. Anything. Any
You should hear me
gathering.
when I have to do stuff. Like, I
terrible.
think I even whined about Jace's wedding at some point. I whined
Oh
about
my
everything.
God.
They took me hiking, and I was walking the whole way going, God, take me now. I want to die.
That is so true. I was ready to kill him. People were like, "Do you need help?" They're like, "Do you need help?" Nope, we're fine. Just keep walking.
I need
Ignore
to
him.
die. Help me die. She's like, it's only 13 more feet, literally, just 13 more steps, Chris. I'm not gonna make
It
it.
wasn't even that big of a hike. He's a big baby. The dogs were looking at him, going, "Dad, really? Come on now, another break."
That
You
was after
walked a
Rocky
foot.
ate
You
my
had
hand,
to
wasn't
stop.
it? Wasn't
What?
that after Rocky bit me?
Yeah, that was when Rocky bit you. Rocky bit you
After
out
Rocky
again.
bit me. I
Yeah,
was wounded
after.
by that point.
No, you were not. It was before Rocky bit you. Nice try,
I was
though.
suffering from an infection.
No, you were not. No, he doesn't do things. No. So needless to say, we don't do a lot of like hiking and those kinds of
Well, I know I'm in
activities with
trouble 'cause
him.
she's trying to plan our anniversary, and she's like, "So which state do you want to go to?" And I'm like, "Oh God." But I think she's shooting high, so that I'll agree to go like to the Cape or something close. Like she's going, "You want to go to Florida or Vegas, or have you ever been to California?" And what she'll do is when I start getting anxious, she'll reel it in a little bit. Well, maybe we could go to Manchester, New Hampshire. You like Manchester. So that I'll go, oh, that's not as bad. Sure, I'll do that. Plus, she knows I do love Manchester.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to send you a video of the little movement test I have going with Kyle's character. I like that.
I know, Kay, right? We got to get Papa Bear over here on a program.
Actually,
like an
I need to
exercise
lose about
program.
another 30 pounds here. I've dropped about 6 pounds just by being me and going to work again.
Yeah.
But really, I need to get serious and like get slender because I don't look like I'm 18. I feel like I'm 18, but I look like
You don't
I'm
even feel like you're 18. You
Huh?
think you're 18.
Right.
There's
I
a
feel
difference
like I'm
between
18.
thinking and feeling. Have you heard you in the morning? Oh, my knees. Oh, my back.
But if I lost, so let's be optimistic. Let's say I dropped 60 pounds.
You'd feel like you'd feel
Yeah,
you'd be
most of
great.
that would be dissipated. It would be gone for the most
Yeah.
part.
Absolutely.
And knowing is half the battle, G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
Okay, G.I. Joe. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
TV talk. See, that proves it.
Oh, I can't take it. I'm goofy as all get out. So anyway,
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock. It's been an hour. So
Well,
we have to be
I have to
disciplined.
go because I have to get my paper done.
Yes,
I
but
need
we
to
have
work
to
on homework.
we have to be disciplined and close down the stream, but there will be more. Thanks for joining us, Gotham. That was really cool, by the way.
Yeah, that was fun.
And
Thank
Jace, you
you.
too, bro. Thank you, bro. I keep calling
And
myself
Kay,
bro.
Kay's there too, you know.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Kay.
Kay.
You know what's funny though? When we were growing up, when Jace was growing up, I used to play.
used to drive him crazy.
I would sit there and go, "Okay, Dad," and he'd go, "Yes, son," and we would pretend that he was Dad and I was the kid. Not like we would do anything, but in our conversation, you know.
You guys are crazy. You
Hey,
guys
son,
are
do you
crazy.
remember when I let you go to the store and buy you a game?
How about those silly conversations you guys used to have? You'd have these like wacky conversations and you would just let it roll and roll and roll.
Yes,
About,
there were always stupid things. Yeah,
yeah, that was fun.
the good
That's
old.
how I met them and they were talking like this crazy conversation that made no sense, but they
Well,
kept rolling with it.
Well, literally, we would throw random sentences together. So
Yeah.
it would be like, "Hey, the tires on the car are ice cream," and Jace would turn around and say something like, "But basketballs on Friday taste like turkey soup."
Yeah, and
you
they would have like a whole dialogue.
right,
And
you
people
just
would listen
pass
to them.
it
Look at
along
the
like
two
it
of
was a
them.
normal conversation, and
It
Diana
was
would be
crazy.
like, "Oh my God, what did I marry into?"
I did, and I married them. I married the whole gang. Oh well, I love
But
it. Love them.
Jace was a good life preserver for y'all. He made me a little more palatable.
Yeah, it was really Jace we married in a weird way. Like we got to come in, me and the girls. We love Jace. Chris,
gotta save him.
He's a package deal. That's not true. That's total BS. We're making
it's
fun.
after 9, and like I said, we got to be disciplined. So we're going to kill the chat or kill the stream, but we will stream more frequently, and we'll announce it on Twitter and YouTube. And don't feel guilty if you can't make it, but if you can, you're more than welcome. If you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Am I sounding uninterested? Because I am. I hate saying that stuff. Yes, we had to say all of that. Keep your eyes open because we got new projects coming.
Yeah.
Back our friends. We played a video of a bunch of our friends. I know Pyramid Nights is fixing to come out with their books, Gary's books.
I
And I'm
know.
excited. Otis Stein is about to ship. That's great news. And there's a whole bunch of stuff going on that I'm just ignorant and can't remember. But I will remember in the coming weeks and we can share it. Anybody got anything else before we fly?
I think I'm good.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey, Jace, am I free to share this? I can't tell if he said yes or no. But I'm actually looking at a video. And if he says yes, I'll share it. Dun, 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 dun. Waiting. Okay, good. It opened in, I don't know what it opened in. Is he saying anything? Hey, Jace, are you still there?
They may not be there, honey.
Oh,
So-
okay. Then I'll probably just show it then. It's generic. It doesn't look copyright and stuff. Like I'm not gonna. I don't think.
No,
I'll-
I don't think he would mind.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna do it, and if he minds, I'll be in trouble. But I'll apologize. So he sent me this. This is some sample animation. I think I can do it here. Yeah. Share. And boom.
This is some of the stuff he's working on.
Yep. This is a sample animation. It might be 8-bit, but it looks like it could be 16. Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
That's classic type of video gaming.
Uh-huh. That's awesome, Jace. He's always wanted to do game design ever since I've met you guys.
Yeah.
I remember buying him a book for his birthday one year.
Yep, I remember that too.
That's so cool.
And the end of the videos, there it is.
All right.
Oh,
Very
very
cool.
nice.
Very simple, but that's all right.
Well, it's a start, and the animation looks smooth and cool.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I'm gonna kill the stream.
All right, guys. Well, good night.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.
Peace.
Boom. Boom.